On to you, Sagittarius. Hope y'all are having a great day. So you, Sagittarius, gave me the most views. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you the first video. Shout outs to y'all. So look, you have the Two of Swords, the unalive card. I can't say the D word, right? And then you have the Empress. So these cards right here for you speaks to how you, Sagittarius, ultimately are pretty much done with the way that modern day relationships are usually set up, right? The foundation. And what I mean by that is you, Sagittarius, are ultimately done with the combativeness, right? The combativeness is the Two of Swords. You and a person, you know, playing all sorts of games with each other and stuff like this, or more so accurately, them now playing games with you, because since then, you, Sagittarius, have stopped doing that. You realize how stupid it was, how useless it was. So you, Sagittarius, essentially decided to stop doing that, right? And this is why it is that you got the transition card, or I can't say the D word, but the unalive card, if you know what I mean. It means it's Scorpio energy. It means finally, it means basically being done with it, right? Being over having to always go back and forth with another person. And then you have the Empress, okay? And the Empress represents you kicking your feet up, you know, and not putting energy into useless places, right? Places where that energy is not supposed to be. And a lot of you Sagittarius, a lot of you Sagittarius understand how a waste of time that is, going back and forth with the person, playing games with them. Because look, let's face it, right? Let's tell the truth. What it is that you playing games with the person, or whatever the case may be, to get them to stop. You playing games with them to get them to stop. You're trying to put them in a situation where you think that, you know, at one point in time, you think that if you can outmaneuver the finesser, that somehow they will understand to stop playing with you. But does it actually play itself out like that? No. What does a person who's playing the game do? They continue to play the game. So again, it just goes to show you how warped it is, and why it is that you, Sagittarius, have, you know, why it is that you can't play into it, you can't get into it, and why you, Sagittarius, have realized why you shouldn't even be getting into it. And you're right. You can't get into it, because what's happening here is all it is that you're going to get is basically, it's going to be a waste of time, because the lower you get is the lower this person will go for when it comes to you in comparison. So if you hit rock bottom, they're going to hit even lower than rock bottom, because they will never stop going lower than you. It's a race to the bottom infinitely, right? So you, Sagittarius, understand this, and you decided to essentially stop going back and forth with anyone that acts like this. And, you know, some people in the comment section will be like, well, this isn't for me. Well, then it's not for you, right? Listening until the reading is for you, right? I give readings and stuff like this, and I'm not gonna spend all of my YouTube time talking about this. But basically, you know what I mean? Use your common sense. You know, I'm a proponent or an advocate for using critical thinking. If you want to be such an idiot where you think that, oh, this isn't only for me, you know what I'm saying? It's like, then you've got more issues than that. You've got to get off the internet and stop listening to tarot readings, and learn how to actually develop some form of common sense for yourself, because you're sorely lacking. And that goes for anybody who's watching this who has that type of scenario, right? Because I don't understand how people get confused. But for you, Sagittarius, you have the Chariot and the Four of Wands. That's the last time I'll say that ever on my channel. If I find myself having to say that, I'll just delete the comment and keep it pushing, because grown folks should have more common sense than that. But anyway, for you, Sagittarius, you have the Chariot and the Four of Wands. And these two cards right here represents how you're in a situation where, so for you, a lot of you are doing your thing. You know, you Sagittarius are much more aware of when someone would potentially play games, and you're not down for it. You're looking for the real thing, like I said before. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it to you, nor am I going to lie, pull the wool over your eyes. It's going to take some effort to actually go look to find that. The Four of Wands right here represents that kind of happy home that you Sagittarius are looking for. You have to build that, you know, and part of building that is you have to make sure that a person is not interested in playing games. You have to make sure that they're boring, you know. And the truth is, if I'm really keeping it 100 with you, they're not even boring. What it is that they just don't see the value in setting themselves back. Like what is the value in setting yourself back, right? You got $10,000 as an example, right? I don't have that. But $10,000 as an example. You over here setting yourself back some. Why? You know, you over here setting yourself back some. And you're in a position where because you can't stop putting yourself in messed up situations. You're getting poorer and poorer and poorer. That's no bueno. You understand? So anybody who's responsible, like you Sagittarius, are learning to become more and more responsible. You're understanding that what you've learned, the way that you thought over the years was wrong. You thought wrong, right? And it's not totally your fault. Part of it is our fault, right? Because I thought like that at one point about a couple of things. Not a lot of things, but a couple of things. But also part of the reason why we were taught wrong is because of the goofy individuals that we're hanging around, right? So the King of Pentacles now and the Moon right here represents how, and since that's the case, a lot of you Sagittarius also understand that, you know, that type of stuff, usually when a person goes that level of playing games with you and everything like that, it's in a particular situation where you understand that you cannot take a person seriously who moves like that, because they really move one way, right? Same person, different shirt. And what I mean when I say that, I'm talking about it like they're all grimy. They're all manipulative. They always trying to run some kind of game and always some kind of skullduggery going on. Like, they're all predictable because they all do the same thing. Like, there's no originality. So the thing is that the Moon and the High Priestess, the Moon and the High Priestess now represents, and since that's the case, you realize that you don't have the time or the patience to deal with somebody who's effectively going nowhere. And that's the stupidity in it. It's the fact that they're not going anywhere in their life, and yet they're continuing to waste time on this nonsense, right? And the thing is that the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords, because what I'm seeing here is, let me just tell you, as it is I was saying, you Sagittarius were getting to know somebody and they were hard-headed. They wanted to be in a situation with you where they wanted to essentially waste time, right? Play games with you. You Sagittarius were trying to make it work with them, right? They were wasting your time until you Sagittarius decided it's time for you to take matters in your own hands, and you effectively stop talking to them. The situation now is the King of Pentacles and the Moon. They trying to text you and call you and stuff like this, and you Sagittarius are effectively ducking and dodging their calls and their texts because you're ghosting them, right? You're excommunicating them because you Sagittarius understand that there is no point in wasting your time with a person that you already know is going to waste your time, more than likely, because they already have, past tense, right? So they've already wasted your time. What is the point of them re-communicating or trying to communicate with you again? What would be the point of that? So you Sagittarius are using your critical thinking, and you have the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. You understand that this person doesn't bring a whole lot of value. But here's the catch-22 with it, right? You're not going to believe this. Now, as they are reaching out to you, right? Because you're not texting back like that or at all, or contacting them back is the point that I'm trying to make. But here's the catch-22 to all of this, right? You Sagittarius, even though that's the case, you Sagittarius are in a situation where they're reaching out to you, probably in text messages, talking about how they know better and they're going to do better, and that they're willing to actually listen. But again, that's the catch-22. That's the stupidity for them. It's the fact that, but you know that for a fact that they didn't do that before because you already tried to get to know them. Why didn't they just have common sense? Why didn't they have common sense and stuff like this when, they were actually getting to know you the first time around? Anyway, so let's clarify the Ten of Swords, right? Like, you Sagittarius knows what it, because you have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords popped up. You Sagittarius knows what it feels like because you actually did try to get to know them the correct way. You wanted something long-term with them, and they didn't want that with you. So let's clarify the Ten of Swords. Queen of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Two of Pentacles, King of Cups, and then you Sagittarius have the Ten of Cups. To clarify the Ten of Swords. So look, the Queen of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, right, speaks to how you Sagittarius, so you're very skeptical, obviously, right? That goes without saying, of them in particular. But overall, you Sagittarius are a lot more discerning. You're wiser. You understand that you can't really take people seriously who say one thing and do another, because this person told you or made it seem like, because sometimes they really don't tell you, right? Sometimes they make it seem like, or they imply that they're going to do right. They just don't say anything. They just use actions. And this is why using words and actions are invaluable. So much value to the point where you can't put a price tag on it. We need better communication. I've talked about this time and time and time again. We need better communication. We do. So this is why I'm putting so much of an emphasis on words and actions. No exceptions. Words only, it's wrong. Actions only, it's wrong. Words and actions. You need a track record. You need somebody to tell you, I care about you. I have good plans for the both of us where we will both succeed. I like you. I want you in my life. And then then after that, they proceed to show you that. The two of you end up having an overnight cap. They're there with you, or they go out to get coffee. They come back, right? They're having a conversation with you. They're telling you that they got to go to work or whatever, or but they're letting you know that they will call you, that they like you. They had a great time. They have a conversation with you. These are all good signs. These are, whatever, it ain't for me. These are words and actions, right? Like, I don't care. This neighborhood always got I don't care. Helicopters over it, but it is what it is. It ain't for me, but I ain't doing anything wrong. But the thing is that you need a track record. And so the thing is that you, Sagittarius, didn't see that track record with this person here. And the thing is, like I said before, sometimes they don't even say anything, right? But you just get, they allow you to fill in the blanks and jump to conclusions yourself based upon their actions. So, and sometimes even their words. So you Sagittarius are too wise for that, because you didn't see anything from them. You didn't see their words and their actions actually matching up over time. The Two of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Cups right here represents, and since that's the case, you, Sagittarius, ultimately are in a situation where it was a little it was a little bit frustrating, but you know what it is that you need to look out for. So and the thing is, I'm glad that you, Sagittarius, are starting to learn this. You know that this is trial and error, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you have probably thought to yourself, when am I going to actually find someone that's a good match, right? And the thing is that I am not making any promises whatsoever. I'm not telling you that if you do this, and looking directly at the camera, telling you that if you do this, this will happen. I'm letting you know that love and pain are in the same vein. Because I used to do this, we have terrible communication. Us as a species, we want relationships, but we do not give a person a piece of our mind. We don't communicate. We don't like to kind of introduce to people how we think, so that people can get a better understanding of how to interact with us. We're so worried with manipulating other people, as I'm talking about as a species. I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but we're so worried about that type of stuff to the point where we end up messing ourselves up due to the fact that we have poor communication skills. One of the best tools that any person who wants to build a relationship can do is to develop better verbal communication skills. No exceptions. Because the thing with that is, here's the thing, right? We as a species like to do body language. That's stupid. I'm gonna look directly at the camera when I say this, because I'm not saying that body language is complete trash. But once again, you need a track record. And the reason why you need a direct verbal communication is because leaving things up to too much interpretation leaves room for corruption. People can end up conflating what was the original intention of the message in the first place, right? As opposed to just coming out and saying what the original intention was for. So the thing is that why I'm saying all that is because the King of Cups and the Ten of Cups speaks to how you, Sagittarius, are wisening up, because you realize that you need to develop your communication skills, and that other people, their communication skills suck. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K subs. Please smash the subscribe button, like the button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all. Go ahead and leave a comment. Get the merch, the books that I have on Amazon. Come and get the reading, all of that stuff. The link to that is in the comment section below. Peace.